What's up, and welcome back to the Knicks Cave. I am Jan, and Nick fan, your host, and let's get right into it. But before we do, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to leave a comment. And if you want to know when the next video going to drop, hit that notification bell. All right, y'all, let's get into this video. Before we jump and dive into my reasons why the New York Knicks lost tonight, another one would say heartbreaking, nail biter, whatever you want to say, but we lost another game that we lost, and I'm hoping that it don't continue. As you see in the thumbnail, the Knicks might be going down. The ship might be sinking. And let's get into this game real quick before we get into the ship. All right, let's go. 113-112. The New York's defeated at home at the Garden. The Knicks had a pretty good record coming into tonight's game. Actually, one of the best records of the last few decades, as home wins will say. But tonight wasn't the night. OKC came in, and the New York Knicks did pretty well, outscoring them in the first quarter. That second quarter got us a little trouble, but we went into the second quarter down 9 points. The second half. That third quarter was a spectacular third quarter. Into the fourth quarter with a Into the fourth quarter, a 10-point lead. The New York Knicks usually win the game in the fourth quarter, but tonight it wasn't so. We'll get into that in a minute. As I said, we want to talk about them stats in tonight's game and what it meant for the standings as the New York Knicks lose another game, another heartbreaking game, whatever you want to call it. I keep saying, and I'm going to be honest, and I want to be honest to you, it was due to coaching, and we're going to get to that in a minute after we talk about these stats, which is going to be a hot 20 seconds, because I really want to talk about how this coach needs to adjust and what he needs to do adjust and why we lost this game tonight. You see the standings right there. New York Knicks holding the fourth spot. As I said earlier, they're half a game behind Cleveland, but we own the tiebreaker. So if we was to bounce back against the Heat and if Cleveland was to lose the next game, we should be all right, but it's looking critical, and I'm going to be honest. Like I said, I'm not just trying to go over the same thing, but we're going to get into it. Look at this game tonight. Knicks shot 41% from not downtown, 41% from the field. They went 13 of 43 from the three-point. Free throws, 23 out of 34. So no, we cannot blame the free throws for us losing. If you want to blame anything on free throws, OKC had the worst, because if they would have hit their free throws, they'd have been up way more. So we cannot blame the free throws. 18 points from the bench. We'll get it to that in a minute. That's one of the main reasons I want to talk about this video, this game. Turnovers 11, second chance points 28. So if you look at the stats, you would say the Knicks did a hell of a job. We'll get into the full stats in a minute. Matter of fact, I'm not going to talk about it. I'll let y'all look at it. But if you look at the stats, you see the Knicks one would say we dominated in some aspects of the game. But what's killing the New York Knicks is coaching right now. And I know a lot of you are going to hit me in the comments like, what you mean by coaching? We're fourth seed. This is Tibbs. Fourth season, we already about to make the playoffs 3 out of 4 times, and that because we already made it 2 times out of his 3 seasons. So we definitely about to make the playoffs this year. There's no doubt about it. Like I said earlier, there's 8 games left. If I didn't say it, there's 8 games left. The Knicks only need 5 games to clinch a playoff spot. But where will we be at when we clinch that spot? And if we keep going this way, I'm telling you right now, we just might be in the playoff. The play-in, looking at that 7th seed. And we don't want to be right there in the 7th seed, looking at one of them killer teams in the first round. All right, like I said, we're not going to get into the stats, but I'll let y'all see them right there before I jump into some of that fourth quarter magic. Once again, the fourth quarter for the New York Knicks didn't go as it usually do. The New York Knicks usually come out in the fourth quarter, especially when they have the lead. We were something like 36-2 or 38. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? You know how I like to hear from y'all anyway. But tonight wasn't the night. Coming into the fourth quarter with a 10-point lead, New York Knicks fall back. And I'm going to tell you why. That first minute, it just didn't go the way the Knicks expected. We dropped down to a 1-point lead in the first couple of first few minutes. Not even 2 minutes into the fourth quarter. The OKC had a nice little run. Josh Giddey spinning on Dante, not once, not twice, but 3 times. And this is when the coach had made some adjustment. But now, because I brung it up, let's get right into it real quick. why the New York Knicks lost that game, it's the minutes that our team is playing. And then a lot of people want to say that it's a myth that Tom Thibodeau do not overplay his players. And I'm going to say it's a damn lie because the stats speaks for itself. Because we have other bodies out there. And, hey, sometimes they might not be producing on points, but you got to give them a chance to play some defense and give our other players some rest. And that's why we lost the game in San Antonio. If someone... Now, we're going to back up. That San Antonio, we kind of slept on San Antonio because San Antonio wasn't a good three-point shooting team. But once again, that's another thing I keep saying. I don't want to get down on the defense. But Ice going into that double and trapping all the time, always going to leave another man open, either they slash to the basket. But as you see with San Antonio, this team wide open for threes. And I know some of you don't agree with me, but if I'm telling you San Antonio is one of the, if not the worst shooting, the worst shooting three-point shooting team in the league. And they was getting told the shots were so wide open, they couldn't miss. You know what I'm saying? Because you see how the second half, when they started clamping down on defense, they started missing. But that's what the defense do. It still have a lot to do with the coaching. All right, let's get into how our players being played. Look at Brunson, 34 minutes. McBride, 45 minutes. Hartenstein, 29 minutes, respectable, but still 39 minutes for Dante, 45 minutes for Hart, 21 minutes for Achua. That's respectable. Burks, I know y'all gonna say Burks points, but he makes stupid decisions, yes, but he's a body. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not just going to get into that about the players being played. You still have guys like, I can't pronounce his name, but Maduka Diake, whatever his name, Jeffries. You got to start putting bodies in, start making chances. Now, number one, we lost this game because the coach didn't want to go in. And I know some of you might not disagree with me with Jalen Brunson. Now, Jalen Brunson, as good as he is, you know what I'm saying, he have to shoot over guards. He's a little undersized. He have to shoot over players, especially when the coach know who's going to get the ball and they sending a player over him that's got 4 or 5 inches on him. This one, you got to trust your other players and go away from them. But the thing about it, the players are so tired. Dante had a little off shooting night. He hit some threes, but the legs are not there. This is what I'm trying to get to. I'm just going to get straight to the point. Even with McBride, McBride can have a good shooting night. The legs are not there at certain times. He's running the guys down, and a lot of people don't see it. Well, some of y'all might see it, but this is why we're losing the game, and this is why I'm getting a little worried. You know what I'm saying? I just do 1, 2, and 3 because I put the fatigue, I put the overuses of the players, but y'all understand and happen to trust somebody else other than Jalen Brunson. Draw up plays. Now, we could have won this game if you'd have been drawing up more plays for Hartenstein because Hartenstein he was killing them. He was killing them on the he was killing them in the paint, dunking all over the team. Now, for once, when I talk about switching up size, we're going to go to that Brunson shot, okay, just for 1 minute. Just for 1 minute. And this is what I mean by adjustments right here. Let's go to this play here real quick right here. Look at Brunson. Look who's on him. He had to put that shot over that guy. The shot had to be with an arch. The coach put a bigger play on him. And what was the result? Falling away. The same, and if you look at it, it's almost the same exact shot that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had to take. And the difference is, we're going to go right now. The difference is, now check it out. The difference is, here comes the shot with Shai. This is Shai's shot. No, excuse me, sorry. Let me go back. Let me go back real quick. The difference is, this is Shai's shot. Like I said, it's almost an exact shot. Let's watch that one more time. Y'all can watch it a couple of more times while I talk. Now, let's look how he come out the corner. Look at who's on him. Deuce. How tall is Shai? Shai's like 6'6", 6'7". Why do you got Deuce McBride? I know y'all are going to say, oh, Deuce McBride is a hell of a defensive player. Yes, he is, and that's during the game. But when it comes to crucial shots like that, when you have to put up a quick second shot, you have to match player for player. And if you think about the situations of the game, even if we would have fouled him, it would have gave us more, it would have put him on the line. And the way both teams were shooting tonight from the free throw line, he might have missed one. Hell, he might have missed both of them. And we could talk about the foul that Jalen Brunson didn't get, but let's forget about that because that's part of the game. That's why I didn't even bring it up until now. But the coach have to make better decisions down the line. I know like I'm all over the place, but I'm trying to make my point here, and I got to get to work. Like I said, we got 8 games left. Tibbs going to have to fix some things. Even if Burks is not scoring, you're going to have to give him more than 12 minutes. You're going to have to give Bogdanovich more than 10 minutes. You're going to have to relieve him, especially when we got 10 points. You kept Brunson out half of the end of the third quarter and half of almost the fourth quarter. So if you're going to do that, you can leave them guys in there. You can't run the same rotation all the time. You're killing the guys. This is why when you see at the end of the game or the middle of the game, there's no lift in their legs. They're shooting flat-footed because you're overrunning the guys right now. And like I said, I know injuries have a part to play in it. I know our main guys are out, but we still have other guys on this team. Guys that in this situation right here, that would have been able to maybe deflect the shot, but in some way, bother him more than McBride could. McBride is 6'2". Look at the height difference. This is what I'm talking about, coaching decisions. He has to make these decisions, and he has to be better with the coaching decision made, especially going down and close in the game. He has to move away. I know he like what he like. I know he trusts who he trusts, but sometimes you have to go out your box. You have to make plays that's going to benefit the team. Get away. And I'm gonna say you have to get away from your ego. You know what I'm saying? You have to get away from your ego. That's just what it is. You have to get away from your ego. Now we go over to OKC before we get up out of here. We look how the coach utilized that bench. Jay Williams, he killed us. Jalen Williams killed us. We got a lot of Williams on that team. Gildress, he didn't have a perfect first half, but he came on when it mattered. But look how many minutes, 34, 30, 26. But when you go down to the bench, and that's why they're talking about when the stats show that the bench killed us, and people want to talk about the bench, but look what the bench, 15, 18, 15, 13, 11, 10 minutes. He's spreading it out. He's playing a 11-man rotation against an 8-man. Come on, man. Come on, 9-man rotation. It's always gonna be 2 men that got more stamina than your squad. And then the defense that we play, you have to run on from one place to the next place. You know what I'm saying? As I said, these guys are out, the injuries real quick. But come on, think about how he's playing this right now. I mean, it got us here when we had a rotation of Julius Randle and Anunoby. It kind of gave us a little matchup, respect on matchups. But right now, when we down and out, when we need that bucket, when we need that stop, you got to take chances. You got to match player for player, because the worst case scenario is that we foul him. He go to the free throw line, he make both, or he miss one, or he miss all. But instead of that instead of that 1.2, 1.3 seconds we had left on the clock, we have 2 point seconds, or we have 3 point something seconds, because there was 4 something seconds. And people want to talk about the foul. They would have called a foul. We'd have been up the basket. He'd have hit the shot. It would have been in overtime. Yes, but that didn't happen. You can't rely on the referees. You have to rely on your coaching and your players, but you have to put the players in the best position to succeed. And he didn't do that, because you went with Miles McBride out there. I'm gonna be honest with you. It'd have been Achua. It'd have been Hartenstein. It would have been Jeffries. It would have been we don't have that many goddamn tall guys. So whoever was over 6'5" out there would have been on the floor, Bogdanovich. Because like I said, I would have went with the foul, but it would have been a distraction from that shot. Shea would have had to really put arch on that shot. They want to talk about it was a falling away shot, yeah, but it was a fall away smooth shot that a lot of us made in the playground our damn self. Let's be real. You know what I'm saying? Especially when the guy's 3 inches shorter than us. It gives you that confidence that you're going to make the shot already. I know I went on a little long, but think about that. You know what I'm saying? If he continue to coach this way down the stretch, yes, we're going to make the playoffs, because we have teams that are very beatable. But when we get in the playoffs, it won't be sustainable. We won't get out of the first round. And I'm talking about, even if we get our people back, he's going to have to trust other players in certain situations. And this is why we lost the game last night. And this is why we might continue to lose games coming up. You know what I'm saying? Even against teams that we supposed to be, because we were supposed to be the San Antonio Spurs. Tell me what y'all think in the comments. And with that being said, I want everybody to stay safe. Stay healthy. God bless and peace.